Are you suffering with eczema and you does not know which treatment you should be taking? Then this video is for you because homeopathy has really wonderful treatment for the eczema and it has cured completely. Is not common in everyone. Of course, it is common in the patient who is mentally very weak, means the patient who is having very much mental weakness and the patient who is unable to express their thought to others, and the patient who has means experienced some mental trauma, like someone expired in their family or something bad happened to them, or they are in some one or the other kind of depression. Because I'd taken the eczema cases till far, there is no one case without any mental symptom, because every patient has one or the other mental symptoms. Myself, Dr. Mika from Homeopathic Clinic. Today I'll be talking about eczema. Okay, what you should do for eczema. What are the treatment which is available for the treatment of eczema in homeopathy? How you can really kind of prescribe the medicine for eczema in homeopathy? So first one is arsenic alb. Why arsenic alb is the first one? Because it is very much indicated in the skin symptoms and it has proven so much. That too, when I had given the patient who was having this chronic itching and with burningness, and the patient was very irritable and he was also stingy for the money, and he was also kind of doubting the doctor. Can you cure me? Is it possible with your medicines? Like that. I thought that okay, I'll try the arsenic alb, and it has acted wonders. So I had seen the wonders with arsenic, so I'll be going with arsenic. If you are an homeopathic doctor and you are listening to my podcast, then I'll say that go with the lower potency with the arsenic, because higher potency it also aggravates. So better not to go with the lower potencies. Arsenic alb, eczema with the burning and restlessness. The patient will be very much restless. You should be knowing how to control the patient. Itching produces burning, worst cold and cold application. Eczema between the fingers and the cracks on the tips of the fingers. Best for the chronic eczemas. Eczema if there is great burning and itching. Eczema in the vulva, means female genital area. There also, if the female is suffering with the eczema, you can give the arsenic alb. Next one is bacillinum. Ringworm means fungal infection. That time also you can give bacillinum as an intercurrent remedy, not as an first remedy. Next one is calcarea carb, eczema behind the ears, or eczema in the mouth corners, or eczema in the anus area, or eczema in the eyes area, joints. That time you can give calcarea carb. Borax, itching of the back of the finger joints with loss of nails. Next you can go for croton tig, eczema of the face, genital, and it relieves itching of all eczemas permanently and rapidly. Eczema of the whole body and also in the vulva. Graphitis, it is also a wonderful remedy when there is dryness, heavy dryness, dirty looking skin. Eczema of palms, hands, around the anus. Weeping eczema means there will be always pus or any discharge will be there. Because of that we call weeping eczema. Sticky fluid comes out on scratching. Eczema of the eyelids, face, genitals and anus. Cracks in the skin, moist eruptions on the scalp, face, bends of the joints between the fingers and behind the ears. Next one is EPA sulf. Moist eczema, it is not a dry eczema just like the graphitis. It is a moist eczema with itching in the folds of the skin. After scratching, pimples form on the skin. Eczema is worst during cold, dry winds and better in the damp, rainy weather. by warmth. Eczema of genital and the scrotum also you can give HEPA sulf. When there is so much of burning also you can think of HEPA sulf. Next one is hydritis. Burning eczema on the neck, eruptions like a smallpox. Next you can go for Kali as chronic eczema when the itching is increased while undressing and walking or from the warmth. They cannot take warmth in any form. Kali bike and eczema on the scalp with loss of hair, and there is patchiness and there is dandruff kind of thicky discharge, a thick heavy crust which oozes an yellowish discharge which is thick and gluey kind of fluid. Kali mure moist eczema, it is especially useful in chronic and obstinate forms of eczema, and it is always kind of seen in the face and the head of the children. Next one is lacasis. Why lacasis is wonderful for eczema? Eczema is one of the thing which affects because of the mental symptom, and lacasis can cure it with fractions of seconds. It is a great value when the slightest touch like that of cloth even causes irritation of eczema. If the affected skin has an bluish purplish appearance, this remedy is for sure. And the patient always will be irritable, angry, and they also tend to beat others because of this kind of irritation. Even the cloth which they are wearing is very irritating. Lacasis acts wonder if you just take the case properly. Lycopodium. Eczema with violent itching and fissured eruptions, skin becomes thick. Such patients usually have digestive and urinary troubles. Dry eczema or psoriasis of palms. It is mainly given for the male patients who is suffering with this, and the patient also have eczema on their scalp and they are having hair loss. Mercurius sol, weeping eczema in the bend of the knees and elbows, vesicular and pustular eruptions, itching worst from the warmth of bed, eczema of the head of the children with yellow-brown crusts. Next one is natrum mure. Eczema eruptions on the margin of the hairs, eczema behind the ears, eczema in the hair follicles, eczema with thick scales, oozing pus. You can think of natrum mure with any headache symptoms or any other kind of symptoms, because natrum mure also works wonders in the skin symptoms. Petroleum is for skin only, has yellowish greenish thick crust on the face and neck. On scratching, a liquid comes out and often bled. Eczema disappearing in the summer and reappearing in the winter. Eczema with fissures on hands and behind the ears. The discharge is watery. It is especially suited for the eczema behind the ears. And dirty looking crack in the eczema, then also you can give for petroleum. Next one is phosphorus. Eczema on the lips. You can think of phosphorus, or even sepia eczema on the lips, vulva, and also on the skin, but it will be very mild. Sorinum is intercutting just like the bacillin. Crusty, scaly, dry eczema of the scalp and face, hair falls out, terrible itching worst from the warmth of the bed, oily skin, eczema behind the ears and bends of the joints with very offensive discharge. Next one is Restox. Eczema when there is associated joint pains, blisters like with lot of itching, restlessness, and the skin becomes red, offensive secretion, burning, worst winter and damp weather, eczema whole body and in the genitals. sepia, eczema in the circular spots at isolated places, and you can also give it for the ringworms, worst in the bends of the elbow and knees and in the spring weather. Toja, simple, acute, general or local eczema in psychosomatic patients, eczema after suppression of gonorrhea or as an effect of vaccination, eruption only on the covered parts which are very sensitive to touch. You can also give tuberculinum, chronic eczema of whole body, severe itching at night. Urticaria urens in an acute symptoms, recent eczema on the back of the hands with burning of skin with highly itching. You should give urticaria urens for itching decrease also. This was all about homeopathic medicines which are really helpful in the treatment of eczema. If you want a detailed consultation, just comment on the comment section. I'll be doing it for you for free. Thank you. Have a nice day and a fantastic life.